we were discussing this chapter number 4, Animal Kingdom. In this chapter, Animal Kingdom, till now we have discussed classification of Animal Kingdom, and we have finished with 3 phylums: phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, and phylum Ctenophora. That we have already finished. Now today we are going to start with the other 2 phylum, and you can say that it is Platyhelminthes and the Aschelminthes. So today we are going to start with the Platyhelminthes and the Aschelminthes. Okay, so we are going to learn regarding Platyhelminthes first. Phylum Platyhelminthes. This Platyhelminthes can also be called as, the another name of this Platyhelminthes, they are also called as flatworm. Why they are called as a flatworm? Because when you see this Platyhelminthes, then they are dorso-ventrally flattened on both the surfaces. Suppose assume that this is a worm. On both the surfaces, dorsal and ventral surface, both are flat. Okay, that's why they are called as a flatworm. And so this is the another name. So why they are called as a flatworm? Because one of the most important characteristic of this Platyhelminthes is they are dorso-ventrally flattened organism. Okay, so this is the characteristic you can find in the Platyhelminthes. This is the most important characteristic you can find in it. Okay, now we see the normal thing that what we were discussing, that is what is habitat. If you see these worms, they are the endoparasites. So they depend on the other living organism for their nutrition requirement. So they found in the body of certain other organisms. So they are endoparasites. Okay, what they are? They are endoparasites living somewhere in the other body. Okay, so this is the endoparasite they are. Now, when we talk about the symmetry, what kind of symmetry they have? Okay, so here in Platyhelminthes you will find a bilateral symmetry. Okay, bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry, that means here their body can be divided into equal half through only one plane. Only one plane. So this is called as a bilateral symmetry. Okay. Now if you see the layers, next what we are observing, then it is the layers. So in this you can find 3 layers, means here you can observe the triploblastic organization. Which kind of organization you can find? Triploblastic, means in their body there are 3 layers can be found. Okay. Now coelom. In the coelom they are the acoelomates, means the coelom is absent. Here the Platyhelminthes in which the coelom is absent, so they are called as acoelomates. I again repeat this characteristic. This Platyhelminthes, those animals which are falling under the category called as Platyhelminthes, they are dorso-ventrally flattened, hence we are also calling it as flatworm. They are endoparasites. They live in the body of certain other living organism. Even it can also found in the human body, like in intestine. You might have heard about the worms, they are living in our intestine. What they are of category, they falls under a category called as Platyhelminthes. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic organization, and they are acoelomates. So these are the level that you can find in it. Okay. Now one thing that is remaining, there is a level of organization. One most important thing that is there, level of organization. So if you see the level of organization in them, then you can find the organ level of organization. In Porifera, the cellular level of organization. In Coelenterata, you can find the tissue level of organization. Even in Ctenophora, you can find the tissue level of organization. But here, you can find the organ level of organization in case of the Platyhelminthes. Okay. Now, what is its spatial characteristic? What is the spatial characteristic of this Platyhelminthes? The spatial characteristic of this Platyhelminthes, they are dorso-ventrally flattened. This is one of the most important characteristic you can find in a Platyhelminthes. Okay, but apart from that, there are also other few characteristics which you can find in a Platyhelminthes. Like, yes, you know that they are the flatworms and they are the endoparasites, means they live in the body of certain others to get their nutrient. So they live in our intestine to get the nutrient from it. So how they get? For this, they have hooks and suckers. With the help of hook and the suckers, they absorb the nutrient from our body. So they have, or they possess, hooks or suckers, which help in absorption of nutrients. This is the characteristic you can find in it. Okay, here in this platy helminthes you can find incomplete digestive system. Which kind of digestive system you can find? Incomplete digestive system. Okay, incomplete digestive system means they have just a one opening, mouth or anus, that is this only one opening. Okay, so they have an incomplete digestive system. Okay, one more important characteristic they have, they possess phlegm cells. What they have? They have phlegm cells. These phlegm cells, it can perform the two functions. First, it helps in osmoregulation, and it also helps in the excretion process. So for the excretion, it has specialized cells, and this is called as phlegm cells. Like in our body, we have a kidney for removing the waste material or for excretion. Similarly, in these animals which are falling under the phylum Platyhelminthes, they have a phlegm cells for the excretion of the waste material. So they have a phlegm cells for excretions. So such kind of characteristic, a special characteristic you can find into a Platyhelminthes. So what is the special characteristic of this Platyhelminthes? They are dorsoventrally flattened. They are endoparasites. As they are endoparasites, they possess the hooks and the suckers which help in getting the nutrient. They have an incomplete digestive system, and they have a phlegm cells which perform osmoregulation and excretion. Okay, so this is the important characteristic you can find into a Platyhelminthes. Now, what kind of the reproduction you observe? So see, one thing is that here the sexes are not separate, okay, here the sexes are not separate, means you can find both the sexual organs, male and female sexual organ, in the same individual. Okay, so here the sexes are not separate, means male and female organisms are not there. Okay, because both the sex organs are present in the same individual or same animal. Next, here the fertilization is internal, means it occurs inside the body. Okay, so the fertilization is internal, and the development is through a larval stage, means it's through a larvae. It gives a birth to a larvae, and through this larvae the development occurs. Okay, there are few members which are falling into this Platyhelminthes. They have a very high power of regeneration. Like for an example, the liver fluke. Liver fluke is one of the example of animal which is falling under the Platyhelminthes. It has very high regeneration capacity. Regeneration capacity, that means if any of the organ it gets a damage, or any part of a body it gets a damage, it will regenerate. Like you might have seen in the case of a lizard. In the lizard, if you hold it through its tail, then what it happens? It leaves its tail. Okay, but after some time the tail will again grow up, or it will regenerate. This is called as a regeneration capacity. Okay, so liver fluke, which is falling under the Platyhelminthes, they have a high regeneration capacity. Okay, so this is the reproduction. In short, in Platyhelminthes, sexes are not separate, fertilization is internal, development is through a larval stage, and some members they possess high regenerative capacity, like for an example, liver fluke. So the examples, which are the examples? The examples are, first example is tapeworm. Second example is liver fluke. These are the examples. Okay, tapeworm and the liver flukes, they are the examples of platyhelminthes, which can also be called as flatworm. So this is all about flatworm. Okay. Now we are moving ahead with the next phylum, and that is called as Aschelminthes. So let's discuss regarding the Aschelminthes. So we are moving ahead with the next phylum, what we call it as Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes, the another name, like a platyhelminthes, they are called as roundworm. Okay, the platyhelminthes, they are the flatworm. The Aschelminthes are the roundworm. Both are worm, but the platyhelminthes, they are dorso-ventrally flattened, and here they are the round. So if you see them, Aschelminthes, in the cross section, they are circular or round. So that's why they are also called as a round worm. Okay. Now habitat, where these worms can be found. They are found in the water, means they are aquatic. You can say that. Instead of water, I write aquatic. Even there are also few which are terrestrial, means they can also live on the land. Okay, so the habitat is either aquatic or the terrestrial. This is the habitat. Next, level of organization. Which level of organization is found into an Aschelminthes? In Aschelminthes, the level of organization that is found is organ system. In the previous one, platyhelminthes, it is an organ level of organization, but in the Aschelminthes, the organ system level of organization is found. Okay. Next, when we talk about the symmetry, here the symmetry is also bilateral symmetry. So the bilateral symmetry means they can be divided into equal half through only one plane. Next, the layers are also three, means they are the triploblastic. Okay. Next point, it's you can say a coelom. They are the pseudo-coelomates, means they don't have a coelom, but they have an appearance like a coelom, so that's why they are called as a pseudo-coelomates. Okay, so this is the general characteristic you can find in it. Okay, so why they are called as a roundworm? They are called as a roundworm because in the cross sections they appear round in shape. Habitat, it may be either aquatic or the terrestrial. Organ system level of organization is found. Bilateral symmetry is observed. Triploblastic organization they have, and they are the pseudo-coelomates. Okay, so this is the general characteristic which you can find into an Aschelminthes, phylum Aschelminthes. Now we will discuss the special characteristic that you can find into a roundworm. You know one important characteristic that you can find in the roundworm, they are round in the cross section. They are circular or the round in the cross section. That's why we are calling it as a roundworm. Okay. So let's discuss the other characteristic which can specifically found into an Aschelminthes. So the other characteristic here it's a digestion. Okay. So here the digestion is intracellular and the complete digestive system you can find. Okay, complete digestive system that is present into a phylum Aschelminthes. Okay. Next, if you see regarding the excretions, the excretion that occurs through the pores that is present on its body surface. Through the pores that are present on the body surface, they excrete the material. And one of the most important characteristics you can find over here is females are larger than male. Clear? This is the most important characteristic you will find. Usually in the nature you can find that the size of a male is larger than the female. This is usually happens. But here this is a phylum which has an opposite characteristic. Here the females are of larger size compared to a male. This is the main important characteristic you can find in the phylum Aschelminthes. Okay? So next, when we are talking about the reproduction. So first thing here that comes in our mind, the sexes are separate. Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate, that means they have a male and female, both are separate. Male and female both separate are there. Okay, clear? But in the previous phylum, that is a Platyhelminthes, sexes are not separate. And here the sexes are separate. We are calling it as dioecious animal. Dioecious animals means male and female sexes are separate. Male and female sex organs, they are present in two different individuals. Like what is observed in us. In a male reproductive organs, in a female reproductive organs are found. So they are the dioecious animals, sexes are separate. Here the fertilization means fusion of gamete. Fertilization is internal. What kind of fertilization they have? Internal fertilization they have. And the development is either direct or indirect. What kind of development they have? Direct or indirect development is going to be found in this Aschelminthes. Okay? Here the sexes are separate, so female and male are different, and you know the most important characteristic, females are larger than male. This is the main important characteristic. Okay? Now what are the examples? The examples of Aschelminthes. So which are the examples of Aschelminthes? The first one is called as Ascaris. Next is filarial worm. Filarial worm, it is causing a disease, elephantiasis. Okay, elephantiasis means here the leg becomes a very big, like an elephant leg. So this is called as an elephantiasis that occurs due to inflammation. Okay. Next is hookworm. So these are the examples of an Aschelminthes. Ascaris, filarial worm and the hookworm, they are the examples. So this is all about the characteristic of Aschelminthes. Both are worm. Platyhelminthes are the flat worm and the Aschelminthes are the round worm. So that's all about the two variety of worms. In the next session, we will discuss the other phylum like Annelida and the Arthropoda. Till then, prepare it, keep learning, keep watching, like and subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.